I'm senior consultant at Paras Hospital. Uh, Today I'm going to speak about pregnancy in general. Pregnancy is a very important part of a female, which every female wants once in a lifetime to become pregnant. And in today's lifestyle, which is very fast and stressful, pregnancy has become a task, a goal to achieve for everyone, which they are finding it very difficult to achieve. And it has become a disease actually, in fact. They want to achieve something in very few months. When younger couples, they don't have time for each other, they try to time sex according to doctors saying like, okay, which is the fertile period, doctor, and when should I have sex? At least only 4 times in a week, month, that should be okay. And that is how they plan pregnancy. This is just that, okay, once we have child, we are again apart. This was done, this was our motto, we have achieved this, that's it. So here nowadays pregnancy is not a normal rhythm of lifestyle. Okay, we have become pregnant and second child should be after 2 years or 3. First child itself after 35 years of age, female is seeking it so hard to get time. Husband also is not getting time. That is why today we are going to speak about pregnancy in general, because it has become a serious issue for younger couples. So now because we are going to speak pregnancy, first thing is, what is infertility? When a couple comes to us who is 35, lady is wrong side of 30, husband is again more than 35 years of age, normally they are normal couples, but because they want in very short frame of time to conceive, that is where we don't get results very quickly. First thing is, okay, they do not have time and they always want to only follow fertile period. For any couple, to conceive, they should stay at least for 1 year without contraceptive, and the sexual intercourse frequency should be after every 2 days. So here is the catch. After every 2 days, if you are not having sex, then don't expect out, like if once in a week you are having relation, you will conceive. So 1 year time and frequency of intercourse. This is very, very important. Now couples are there for 3 years also, 4 years also, staying together, but because frequency is not good, and they are coming to us as primary infertility couples. They have not had pregnancy ever. So primary infertility is once one couple is staying together for more than 1 year and having normal frequency of sex, still they are not able to conceive. That is primary infertility, and there are so many other reasons also for primary infertility when couple is not able to conceive. And secondary infertility is when couple has conceived once, either it was abortion or a live pregnancy or preterm delivery, or baby was not alive, but they have proved their fertility, husband and wife, and now they are not able to conceive within 6 months of trying. So when it is secondary infertility, time frame is only 6 months, that they should be able to conceive within 6 months, because we know that husband is normal, semen analysis was normal, he has proved himself, and wife is normal because ovaries were able to ovulate, tubes were normal, and endometrium or uterus was normal. So now because both partners are normal, within 6 months they should be able to conceive. That is secondary infertility. Again, there are many reasons when they are not able to conceive. That's what we are going to find out when couple comes to us. Once they conceive, then normal pregnancy antenatal classes, normal diet plans, exercise plans, dental care, perineal care, all these things come in picture, that okay, you should be able to conceive and should be able to carry it forward healthily. So first thing is, I should talk about primary infertility, why people are not able to conceive within 1 year. First thing is anatomical defect. If anatomically uterus is not there, or it is hypotrophic, or some problem is there in the tube or cervix or ovaries, that is anatomical defect. Another is hormonal. Very common hormonal defect is like many girls are PCOS nowadays, polycystic ovarian disease, overdiagnosed condition I should say, but still obese and thin girls are very stressful, and this is the cause of polycystic ovarian disease syndrome. Third is infections. Fourth is cancers. If somebody had cancer, had rate. So secondary infertility, as I have already said, that couple has already proved its fertility, but now they are not able to conceive, and it can be because of their first pregnancy that went wrong. If they had abortion and DNC was done, DNC, somebody did overdid DNC, and then they went into Asherman syndrome, and lady is not able to bleed monthly. Uterus, the wall of uterus have stuck together. That is first thing which can happen after abortion, and then after abortion infections can happen which can cause tubal blockage, or if she had previous delivery, preterm delivery, and she had cervical incompetence, that is weakness of uterine mouth, again they will not be able to conceive, or they will not be able to carry forward second pregnancy. And infections, vaginal infections can also cause, or cervical ectropion or erosion can also cause permanent infection over there in vagina and cervix, and it will always kill sperms. Autoimmune is another factor which can cause secondary infertility as well as primary. Autoimmune is a condition in which ladies' blood make antibodies against husband's sperm. So whenever sperm comes to vagina, it kills. Whenever mother's antibodies kill husband's sperms, then they are not able to move forward, and conception is difficult. And hormonal is again third thing. Yes, if somebody has been able to prove, she has proved herself that she has conceived, but again she can go into hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, hyperprolactinemia, diabetes, or high blood pressure, or PCOS for that matter. PCOS can also happen in obese female even if she has conceived before. So these are the factors, primary and secondary infertility, which we should consider and treat them accordingly. And once we are able to treat them and able to give them the fruit, then they should be able to carry it forward through 9 months with their pregnancy, with good health, dental care. They should do exercise regularly, yoga regularly, and urinary infection should be treated. Vaginal infection should be treated, because once somebody is not able to conceive and has conceived, this pregnancy is precious for us. And for this precious pregnancy, she should not be bleeding in between mid-trimester, or she should not start leaking or go into preterm labor. So all these things are our responsibility. And again, she should not go into high blood pressure, diabetes. Diabetic pregnancies are also very high risk pregnancies, so we should treat them. We should keep them under observation, and patient should keep coming to us after every 4 weeks till 7 months, after every 2 weeks till 9 months, and then during their 9 months after every 7 days. Classes, we teach them basic hygiene. We teach them balanced diet, importance of balanced diet. We teach them that which diet is important, like rich in iron, vitamin, calcium, importance of yoga or regular exercise or walk. And if they are working throughout the day, they are sitting in their offices, what are the exercises which they should do or can do during their office hours, also to prevent their pedal edema or swelling on their feet, and which are the exercises which will help them to deliver normally. This is one thing. Second thing is, dental infection is very, very common in pregnancy. We make our dental doctors available for them for any query, and teach them which is the basic what are the basic hygienic tips which they should follow. And And then we teach them breathing exercises and all yoga exercises which they should follow during their labor pains, so that they should be having easy labor for those 18 or 24 hours, and they'll be able to deliver normally with the help of yoga exercises and assistance.